Hello everyone, welcome to Study Time. In this video, we are going to see Class 4 English, Unit 4, Chapter 7, Why Poem, Textbook Solutions and Explanations. I'm going to explain this poem and then we'll be discussing textbook solutions. Why? I know a curious little boy who is always asking why. Why this, why that, why then, why now, why not, why by the by. Here in this stanza, the poet describes about a curious boy who always asks questions about everything and anything. He keeps on asking questions like why this, why that, why now, why not, and other similar questions about everything he come across. Next, in the second stanza, he wants to know why wood should swim, why lead and marble sink, why sun should shine and wind should blow, and why we eat and drink. In this stanza, the poet further describes about the queries of little boy. He asks questions like why does wood swim in water, while lead and marble sink in it. He also asks questions like why sun should shine and wind should blow, and why we eat and drink. So the reason behind sinking of lead and marble is because those objects are heavy. That's why it is sinking. Third stanza. He wants to know what makes the clouds and why they cross the sky. Why sinks the sun behind the hills and why the flowers die. The third stanza, the poet says that the boy wants to know what are the clouds made up of and why do they move up in the sky, unlike all other things move on ground. He wants to know the reason behind why the sun sinks behind the hills and why flowers die. Next, some of these why are not too hard to answer if you will try. Others no one ever yet has found the reason why. The fourth stanza, poet says that some of these questions asked by this little boy are not so difficult and some questions are not even known by the adult. So this is about this poem, Why. Next we'll be seeing the new words of this chapter and further textbook exercises. Yes, new words. What is curious? Curious is nothing but eager to know about something. So example sentences, I am curious to know about the nature. Second word, lead. Lead meaning is it is a chemical element or a group of people, leading or leader we say is it, that is lead or leading. The leader leads the class. The lead sinks in water. Marble. A little glass ball used by children to play. Example, kids love to play with marbles. Next, sink. Sink, to go down below the surface of water. That is called as sink. Floating meaning is to go up the surface of water. So example sentences, marbles sink in water. Heavy objects sink in water. Next, reason meaning is a cause. Example sentences, the teacher wanted to know the reason for being late. Next, we'll see question answers from this poem. Name a few things that sink. Some things that are sink are stone, lead, marble, spoon, vessel, etc. Second question, list the questions that the little boy asked. So you can ask what are the questions that the little boy asked. You can list the questions. Why wood should swim? Why sun should shine? Why wind should blow? So these are some of the questions asked by the little boy. Next, What sort of a boy is described in the poem? So option A, sad, curious or brave. You know it is curious. Next, let's talk. Ram is a curious little boy. He is always asking questions. One day he came home and asked his grandfather questions like, why can't we look at the sun during a solar eclipse? Why can't we touch the sun? Why can't we go out to play in the dark? So we have been asked to discuss these questions with your teacher or with your friends. Why can't we look at the sun during solar eclipse? Because it hides itself behind the moon. We can't look at the sun during solar eclipse because it hides itself behind the moon. Why can't we touch the sun? Because it is far away from us. That's why we cannot touch the sun. Why can't we go out to play in the dark? So we cannot see any objects around us. So you can't play in the dark. Words building. Fill in the blanks with words from the poem which rhyme with the colored words in the sentences. Why is the sky so high? Do you know the color of snow? So here you have to write the rhyming word of the colored words. Why sky? No snow. Have you found who made the sound? Found and sound. Put the glass in the sink after you finish your drink. Sink and drink are rhyming words. The spellings of these words are jumbled. Put them right and make sentences of your own. So first they have given example. The correct word is no. I know the answer. Second word is swim. I can swim. Third word is lead. Lead can sink in water. Fourth word is marble. I love to play with marbles. Fifth one is hills. The sun sets behind the hills. Next, let's write. Discuss and write. Why do cats and dogs fight? Both cats and dogs are fearful of each other and hence they fight. Why do we walk across the road, not run? We walk across the road and not run because we might meet with an accident. Why do people like ice cream? Because it is tasty and it also melts in our mouth. Write down at least 2 questions using why. Why is the sky blue? Why do flowers have fragrance? So you can write any 2 questions of your own using why. Next, fun type. Painting with onion halves and bottle tops. Take bottle tops and you have to cut the onion into 2 halves. Also take watercolor and plate for mixing. Take an onion, cut it into half, mix some paint of any color with a little water in the plate. So dip the cut side of the onion into the color. Now press it on a paper to make designs. Press the bottle top into the center of the design. So you can use another color for the other of onion and other bottle top. So you can try exploring different designs using this onion halves and bottle tops. Yes. Next, let's sing. This is a small poem about a man in an onion bed. We'll see what happens. I met a man in an onion bed. He was crying so hard his eyes were red, and the tears rolled off the end of his nose. As he ate his way down the onion rows, he ate and he cried. But for all his tears, he sang, "Sweet onions, oh my dears, I love you, I do, and you love me. But you make me as sad as a man can be." This poem was written by John Seard. So, there is a man in an onion bed. He is crying. His tears are getting rolled off at the end of his nose. But still he says, "Sweet onions, I love you." So though this onion is making him sad, he says that he loves the onions very much. So that's all about Unit 3, Chapter 7, Why poem. Hope this video is useful and understanding. Thanks for watching.